And it says we are live. That was fast. My goodness. That was like, what, 3 seconds?
Not even.
Usually it takes longer than that to go live.
Oh, I know. Usually it's like, wait. Oh, wait, no, wait some more. Okay, we're good.
Man. So how you been doing, man?
Hanging in there. How about you?
I look like a homeless person.
Oh my gosh.
I would have kept my jacket on that I came over here with. You'd think I was a homeless person. Dude, it's been raining down here nonstop for like the last few days. It's ridiculous.
Hasn't been raining too much, but it's been raining on and off.
Has it? I see we got Alkish in here. We got Rover. How you doing, Aaron? Ron is in the house. We got Ewan in here. Ooh, where's that drill?
Oh my gosh.
So how was your Thanksgiving, man?
It was pretty good overall. Busy as always, but it wasn't bad.
So did you go to the desert before or after Thanksgiving?
I went there the week before.
How was it?
It wasn't as cold as we thought it was going to be, which was nice.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
So you weren't able to snuggle up, get that body heat going on.
No. My problem is actually because of my knee anymore. My body literally runs a fever. So if anything, I was actually kind of warm at times.
Man.
Yeah. Not fun. All right.
Dude, what are you doing?
Taking my boots off because I quite literally ran in here, set everything up, and then we're streaming.
I literally just got home, ran over here, and turned the thing on.
Fun.
Ewan says he's slightly drunk. ATM, but the drill still ain't a good idea. Oh goodness.
Oh my word. Oh man. No, I'm pretty exhausted. I've been out in Walnut Creek all day. I got my Moai back in operation, and then I've been cranking out prints. So that's been my day.
Cool.
Yeah. Let me see if I can dig one of them out.
Did you set up any of them with the LEDs yet?
No, but one of the prints I did do was the kerosene heater inspired by your kerosene heater.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So my friend Scott's like, ooh, can I have one of these to put in my doodle bag? I'm like, sure, you can put it into Mr. Rogers' tram. That's the nickname we've come up for because I think Chuck commented that. So it's not perfect, but there it is. Let me see if I got something I can put behind it. There we go. So you guys can see it better. It's that little guy right there. I'm going to post a photo of it to Twitter later, but it's literally a tiny little model of a kerosene lantern with a bunch of little ridges on the side.
Oh, cool.
For light to come out. And then the idea is I'm going to put a 3mm flickering LED inside so you can kind of get that glowing effect from the element, from the kerosene thing inside. So we'll see.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So it's a model of a perfection heater, model 700.
Yeah, pretty much. The idea is it also has little feet on the bottom. So the idea is it's just a generic little kerosene heater that you can use anywhere.
That's cool.
Yeah, because I feel like the problem is there's not a whole lot of little detail models like that. And those are like super easy to come by, sell, everything like that. So yeah.
Sweet.
Yep.
I just noticed a pumpkin over my shoulder. I need to get rid of that thing. We're past that time of year. It's time to put the Christmas lights up. I got those around here somewhere.
Oh, I know. I literally forgot what season it was until I was sitting over at Scott's house, and there's like Christmas lights on, and his wife has Alexa blasting Christmas music, and I'm like, oh yeah, it's Christmas time. Duh.
To me, it's still too soon for Christmas.
Oh gosh.
I've been having a couple issues with my A10 recently.
Which one? The one that I kicked out?
My other one. I cannot get it to complete. It. I know this time it's not a clog in the nozzle. Before it was a clog in the nozzle. This time it just. I think I've got the retraction settings set too high. I think it backed up too far. I think that's what caused it. But I'm going to try playing the retraction settings and try printing one more time. Except this time I don't have enough filament to do it with infill, so I'm going to try doing it hollow.
Oh my gosh!
But still, the detail of that, man. Look at that.
Look at that.
Look at that. Look at that detail right there, man. Look at that bridge. Right. Oh, come on, there.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that thing just bridged really nice.
Oh, that's sexy.
Little bit of dingles right there, but still, look at the scales on the back of it.
Aaron's. I think Aaron's like drilling all over his keyboard right now.
Is he?
Yeah. Alkish says that you should take the infill out of that and make it into a nice pen holder.
Yeah. Actually, that's not a bad idea. I should be able to, because this is the zigzag. So it looks like a lot of infill, but it's actually not. Because it only goes like, and then on the next pass, it does it a little bit more and that kind of stuff. But it's actually not that strong an infill, so I should be able to dig that out.
By rights, you should be able to drill that out.
Yep. Where's that drill at? So, you have any topics you're wanting to talk about?
Oh, geez.
I got one I want to talk about.
What?
Have you been on Facebook lately?
Yes and no.
Have you noticed all the advertisements for that stinking $59 printer?
Oh, those scam ones?
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. It's a scam, and they keep popping this advertisement up. It's a $399 printer, it says, but they're selling it for $59.99 today. So they're trying to get all these people to buy this printer. And I know I've seen that printer before, but I'm not sure exactly which one it is, but it's not the one that they're naming it to be. And I've reported it 3 times to Facebook that it's a scam, and Facebook just blows it off.
Well, honestly, I'm not going to get political on this, but given the recent, stories of people getting suspended and permanently banned from social media, and then incidents like that, or people completely abusing the system.
Yeah.
I think anymore, I don't want to say that you shouldn't report it, because I do think it is a good idea. But at the same time, the problem is it seems to be like these companies just don't care because you paid them. And that's what Alka says. It doesn't cost that much to run a Facebook ad because they're getting paid to run it. They're just going to be like, well, we don't care. We're not monitoring the content. But it really irritates me, though, that these websites won't even...
And Nancy, tell them Trump is selling them. Yeah, they'd rip that thing off of there quick. Better yet, it's the Russians. It's the Russians.
But no, I mean, it frustrates me, though, and it really reduces the legitimacy of a website if they're knowingly posting and allowing advertisements for a known scam, and it's being reported multiple times, but they just don't want to deal with it.
Yeah. Oh, do you have your printer that you purchased close by?
No, it's somewhere probably in the trash can.
You should dig it out of the trash can. Show everybody what they sent you when you bought the last like $39.
I think it's printer. I think it's in the landfill right now.
What was it, a pair of sunglasses they sent you?
Yeah.
So this one is probably going to be a hairbrush for $59.99 is what I'm guessing.
Or like a squeegee or whatever's the dirt cheapest thing that they can send you that's not a 3D printer.
Somebody just posted a picture of a squeegee and that's what they had sent for one of those type of printers.
Yeah, no, this whole thing is really starting to irritate me, though, just because we're entering the holidays and there are so many gullible people out there. It's almost, I mean, I hate to say this, but I almost feel like if you're stupid enough to fall for that, you kind of
I used one, Aaron. I used one.
I feel, though, it's like, I don't want to sound like it doesn't it doesn't take away from the fact that somebody got scammed, which isn't cool, but at the same time, I almost feel like if you're stupid enough to fall for that, you deserve to be sent something like that, because people just get so, it's like the old saying, if it's too good to be true, then it isn't true. But people just seem to forget that around the holidays. They seem to forget that like the holidays are the #1 time to pull a scam because everybody's desperate to get something. And it's like, really, people, why are you so stupid? I'm sorry. But think for 2 seconds. Does that make any sense? No, it doesn't. It's probably fake.
Oh, Alkish, that's funny. Is that going to be the raccoon one or the... Never mind. Well, it could be the one with the jewel in it.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, goodness. Yes, use a trusted site. Yeah, don't buy anything. You just... I've seen so many of these stupid ads on Facebook recently, and it's getting ridiculous because they advertise some really stupid stuff on there, and people are falling for it. Though one of the other ones that just annoys me to death is this guy's like holds up this box thing. He's like, "See this? This is the future. Inside here are geomining, Bitcoin killing dilly-watchies. You can use it to tag all your stuff and track it, and then it geomines stuff like Bitcoin, except it's something new. It's nothing like Bitcoin, but it's like Bitcoin, and it's going to kill Bitcoin because this one's going to be so much better." It's like, wait a minute, Bitcoin's mined with like what type of GTX thinking 1080s and 2080s and all those different graphic cards you need in order to mine Bitcoin, and yet these things are going to do it with stinking what's that thing, tile tags or whatever.
Yeah, no, it's frustrating though, because then what happens is you're gonna have a whole bunch of people going onto these groups going, "Oh my gosh, I ordered this thing from this company and I didn't get it," and it's like, well, it ain't my problem. I'm sorry. You know, it's frustrating.
See, Ewan's got a 1080. He knows all about how to mine them.
Dad can't stand miners because they're taking up all the good video cards on eBay.
Yeah, if you had one, you'd be doing it too.
I got a 1050 in my laptop, so oh well.
Yeah, you just don't have the CUDA cores or whatever it is.
No, quite honestly though, and I hate to say it because to me this laptop is still like really new and really powerful, but yeah. I had to upgrade to the newer version of DaVinci Resolve, and I can already tell that it's starting to push the limits of what it can do, and I'm like, oh, come on, really? So, you know.
Hey, we got BV3D in the house. Theresa, how you doing? Man, we got all the usual suspects in here now.
We got Ashley Builds popping in here.
Sweet.
So Alkish is saying, so wait, that iPhone-powered resin printer with a build volume of 1 billion by 1 billion by 1 billion millimeters isn't coming? Oh, you mean the Ono? the
Oh
scam,
no!
the probable Oscamo?
Oh no!
Whipso?
That was one of those things where it's like you knew it was going to fail. It's just like, come on, guys, just admit it's a joke. Just admit it's a joke, and they just would never do it. No, we're taking it all the way. No, all of a sudden it's like, send us more money, and we'll go ahead and we'll make them. Yeah.
No. At that point, I mean, I hate to say it, but I'll bet you a year or two from now, people are going to be doing YouTube videos and writing college papers about Ono like they did Enron when they blew up.
Yeah.
I'm serious. I mean, it's getting disgusting, the crowdfunding market anymore. I'm like, I've practically given up on it.
Teresa wants to know about Sploogie stuff. Oh goodness. Oh no, there's a presidential alert in the middle of my print. And it's like, they're huge. One layer of just hands like this. That would be epic.
Oh, God. No, I'll tell you this much, though. From having a Peopoly Moai, I mean, and knowing how precise things have to be with that, there's no way in heck you're going to be able to get prints off your cell phone. And the other problem is these other cell phone printers, the print quality that I've seen is so bad. I'm just like, how is that even worth the money? And how many tries did it take to get that garbage print off of there? You know, it's just, it's ridiculous.
Oh God, Ewan. It's huge. That's a phrase that's a phrase you never hear, Calvin. Oh.
And that's why I print
hands.
And that's why I print tiny 3D things.
Hey, how many of those things can you fit on a print bed?
These little your what model lanterns, your kerosene heaters again?
That was what, a Perfection 700, I believe.
Oh gosh. I could fit a lot, probably at least 25 to 50.
Man.
Yeah, if I really wanted to, but you know.
There's a reason why we're mean to Calvin. It's because off the air, he's mean right back. I beat up on him here, and then he beats up on me the rest of the time.
We all know I went over to Jimmy's house the other week, and I held him hostage to get his A10M before I drove to Southern California with the thing the whole time going, nah, I got your A10M.
You know, you forgot to take your pen with you.
My what?
Your 3D pen.
No, I left that behind with you so you could goof around with it. I don't use the thing, honestly.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you can use it. It works. It's just I'm not doing enough stuff that makes it worthwhile to use the 3D pin.
Well, you can repair prints with it.
Yeah, well, my prints are now most predominantly resin, and I can't fix them with a 3D pin.
BV3D says, we kid because we care.
Thank you, Dipper.
Yes, his pen's still at Jimmy's. It's behind me somewhere. Want me to grab it?
No, I'm good. Oh my gosh. Hey, TK, Jimmy can finish your dragon print with it by hand.
Nobody used to be mean to Calvin, but then he cut his hair, and like Samson, he lost his power. Your 10K giveaway, a slightly used 3D pin. And maybe even a AFO ball with a stand. What else we got around here?
Oh my gosh. Why do I do this?
Because you know you like it. This pin is super important to him. Oh, goodness. So tell me about dinner down there, man. Tell me all about it. What'd you eat?
Thanksgiving dinner?
Well, how much? Like a thimble like you normally eat?
Yeah, I ate a little more than a thimbleful. You're welcome. No, the reality was my knee was, and it's still not feeling the greatest. It really wasn't feeling good after my cortisone shot on Monday. So my appetite wasn't the greatest for Thanksgiving, but I did have a little bit of turkey and stuffing, and Audrey made some, my sister made some cranberry sauce, and then, yeah, it was pretty good.
Good. I ate way too much. Way too much. Yeah, he's got hollow legs.
Yes, Teresa, if you picked me up, I probably am hollow inside at this point. There ain't much left to me, to be honest.
Yeah, we fixed up, what was it, 25-pound turkey. And so I stuffed that sucker on both ends, man. I feel that thing full of stuffing. Oh, that was so good. I stuffed that turkey, man. Remind me to show you a video later on. I think it's from a Scary Movie or something like that.
No, Teresa, the real reason why my knees hurt, my doctor's suspecting, is the bone is a bone spur from a previous surgery. It might be irritating things inside there. And it's kind of hard to quantify if the cortisone shot helped or not, because I've pretty much told myself, unless I need to run around and do things, I'm resting, which is helping. But I don't know how much of that is just me resting, because when I have to walk around campus and stuff, it's not very fun. So it's really hard to say, but I'm getting a little bit, I hate to say it, but discouraged at this point with it. It just feels like I'm kind of back at square one. But at least my doctor did say that if this doesn't work, it's probably looking like surgery is going to be an option, but I don't know what kind of time frame that's going to take. So it's not fun.
Have they talked about doing a knee replacement or anything?
He didn't really go into specifics about the surgery, but I'm assuming it would either be a knee replacement or at a minimum going in there and trying to clean up the bone spur. But my concern is the sac around your knee has been rubbed so many times by and been swollen for so long that it's pretty much just become a giant mass of scar tissue versus, you know, the way it should be. So I really don't know. But yeah, I'm pretty much like giving up on the cortisone shot at this point. I mean, it might be helping a little bit, but it's not helping so demonstratively that it's like, whoa, I'm perfect. You know, I wasn't expecting miracles, but it hasn't exactly done what I wanted either.
Well, the cortisone shot really is to try to dissolve the bone spur. That's usually why they use a cortisone shot in a joint like that.
In this case, it was actually to try and help cut the inflammation.
Was it?
Yeah, it was. In this case, it was to try and help the inflammation, because literally when I was driving back up to San Francisco, the whole time, and even when I was driving up to my friend's house in Walnut Creek today, the angle that I have to put my knee in when I'm driving is really painful. It was so bad on Monday. I actually took the bus to school. I didn't drive, and I had to walk more to do that, but it hurt less to walk than it did for me to drive. So I actually took the bus on Monday, drove on Tuesday, and Wednesday I was feeling so bad. I just stayed home and then went over to my old job to drop off some prototype parts, and then pretty much just went back home and went to bed. And then today I was out in Walnut Creek. The nice thing was I was sitting most of the day, so it's doing better, but driving back, it was not very fun. So it's not good. Or it's like when we were out in Death Valley, we had to walk up to the top of this little hill thing, and it wasn't too bad. But when we got back and I laid down, it was just like, oh, I can feel it. And then the next day, we walked less than a mile round trip to go from our car to the dry waterfall and back. And I was literally limping the whole way back. And Danielle was like, no, that's not good. And then she literally straight up told my mom, yeah, if this keeps up, there's probably a high likelihood that Calvin's going to end up crippled, potentially permanently. And I'm like, yeah, that's my biggest fear at this point, because it's getting to the point where walking around is becoming hard, and it's never been like, and I'm talking just walking a little bit, it's never been like that. It's not like I'm walking 8 miles a day or something. So that's the part that's really starting to scare me, is how fast my mobility is going downhill, which leads me to wonder, how much time do I have left? Do I still have a couple of years, a couple of months? I don't know. I mean, could it just be it's just slow progression?
It seems like you were doing better when you're climbing upstairs all the time.
Yeah, to an extent, but that was absolutely killing my knees, though.
Yeah.
I mean, the reality is the stairs were about the worst thing for my knee, but I'm in this crappy catch-22, and that's what my doctor said as well. He goes, you're in a pretty tough spot because you're trying to keep mobile because you need to keep your strength up, but keeping mobile is aggravating the problem, which is why he was hoping the cortisone would help the swelling and whatnot, but that doesn't seem to have done too much. So yeah, it's honestly is pretty depressing. And the really sad thing is, on Tuesday night, my visual communications instructor could tell I wasn't doing good. So before class started, she's like, Calvin, you don't look good. I'm like, no, I'm in a ton of pain right now with my knee. And she goes, oh my gosh. She goes, do you think I'll be able to make it through? I'm like, yeah, because I've done that every other week. But then afterwards, she was asking me about it, and she's like, wait, really? You've been like that for how long? I'm like, don't want to know. So yeah, it's slightly more depressing turn to the show, but that's just the honest reality from my position. I mean, I'm done trying to like find the positive in it. It's just, here's what it is, make the most of it. So, you know.
Hey, Tinkers is in the house. We got Rico in the house. Man, TK, how you doing?
What's up, Keg? And how's it going, Rico?
Rico. What?
My brain's in like 10 different places right now. Bear with me.
Dude, you need to get out.
Either. Dude, getting out is going to Walnut Creek and working on stuff on the Moai. That is getting out.
Dude, that's not getting out.
That's getting out.
No.
Yeah.
Dude, you need to go out and party, man. Come on.
Heck no. Especially after what happened in Thousand Oaks. Heck no. Double heck no.
I don't mean going like that. Come on.
I'm good.
So have you heard anything else about moving over closer to the college?
Not yet. I'm still 50-50 on it. Probably on Monday I'll swing by the office if I'm up for it and ask them what's up, because if they aren't going to land me somewhere I want, I'll see if I can stay where I'm at here, because the reality is I don't want to do a multi-person dorm, since I just don't want to deal with all that drama and crap. So we'll see how that goes. But a cool idea that me and Ashley had when I was over at her house on Friday, when I was down there, is making up a small little lightweight electric skateboard Nothing with like a 10-mile range or anything like that, but just a little something. So if I need to get around, I can jump on that and I don't have to walk everywhere. But I don't need like a giant boosted board or a giant 20-pound scooter. I intentionally want something that's small that I can use for short trips. But that might not be a bad little way to help get around and then take some load off my knee as well. So I'm not walking.
Well,
And
Preston
it'd just be a
was
fun project
tested
too.
one out recently that was a smaller board, and he seemed to really like it.
Well, we've decided that it'd be more fun to make our own because one thing I wanted to do is to be able to take like scooter tires and put it on there so you can use it more like an off-road one as well for a little more ground clearance. Because quite honestly, our roads out here are effectively off-roading. So we'll see.
Get a one wheel.
No, I'd kill my knees trying to pinch that thing between my legs.
I don't think you know what I'm talking
it's too
about.
big too.
You don't stick it between your legs, dude. Get your man out of the gutter, man.
Wait, what is it?
Have you seen a one wheel?
Oh, the ones that Adam Savage rides.
Huh?
You mean 1 second?
I'm trying to pull up a
Like how thinking
browser.
else. That thing. Is that what you're talking about?
Those are things that are expensive, aren't they?
Yeah, they're not lightweight.
$1,700, $1,300. There's a $1,300 one.
No thanks. We can. Our goal is to try and make one for about 500.
I'll put it in chat what I'm talking about.
Because the other thing is, I need something that's lightweight.
Click on the link I put in the chat, and you'll see what I'm talking about.
Give me a minute.
$3D printer noob squirrel. Tinker's bigger squirrel.
Those are cool, but those are way out of my budget. Our goal is to try and make the thing for like no more than $500, like dead tops.
Thing is, if you could figure out the electronics on that.
Yeah, I think
the way it works, they just pretty much as you stand out, as you kind of tilt forward, it moves that direction. So it's got to be something to do with gyroscopes.
Yeah, well, I'm familiar with that. I'm familiar with how a Segway works. I've rode one before, and it's the similar concept. So, yeah. I mean, the thing is, though, I mean, they're cool, but they're just way out of my price range, like way out of my price range.
Yeah.
And it doesn't make a fun video either. We just bought something. This is not buy it with Calvin. This is called make it with Calvin.
When I bought something, it works, but let's go ahead and let's make something that probably won't, or will throw me off of a cliff or something. Oh, I didn't realize there's a software glitch.
Well, one thing that actually I want to do is, you know how most of them have
a better idea.
You know how most of those electric scooters, including the ones that Preston would ride, have the wireless throttle?
Yeah.
Well, you know how once he broke his wrist because the wireless throttle glitched out and it went into full brake?
Yeah.
Yeah. My simple way to solve it is we're going to use a wired throttle. It's not as sleek, but I feel safer that way because I also told Ashley, I'm like, the last thing you want to do is be out and about and then have your throttle batteries die and whatever you've got has got power, but then you can't use it because the throttle's dead. And I just feel safer with a wired throttle. I'll probably rig it up with some kind of magnetic quick release. So in the event of an accident, it has magnets to hold it in place, but if it needs to, it can disconnect itself without breaking the wires. So there is a little bit of that, so you don't like rip all the control electronics out. But I just feel safer with a little wired setup. I know it's not as elegant, but it's just, who cares? Nobody gives a crap.
Till you get tangled up in the wire.
I am not going to get tangled up in the wire. Hey, I'll use like one of I've actually thought about using like those coiling phone cords, the ones that stretch.
I think I've got one of those guitar, an amplifier cord around here somewhere. It's like that.
Yeah, Mr. Carroll Science, the idea is it's going to have a kind of dead man switch built into the handle. So you have to pretty much be, you don't have to use a ton of force, but you have to be squeezing it to turn it on. Then it will take signal from the throttle. So otherwise, I'll program it so it doesn't go into like a hard stop, but if it loses signal, it triggers braking mode, and it brings you to a safe, controlled stop because we're just going to use an airplane speed controller. So the way it works is it just needs to go forwards because you can just pick it up and move it. So I'm trying to just keep the cost down as much as I can.
And then if you die, it will stop. I can just see him going down one of those big old hills up there in San Francisco. What are you going to use for a braking system on that?
It's going to use the speed controllers have a function because they're designed for it energizes the coils and the resistance of that will stop it. I'm very familiar with that from radio controlled cars actually, because what they'll do is on the speed controllers for airplanes, if you're flying a glider, you can actually trigger braking mode, which stops the motor from spinning. So if you have a folding propeller, it actually folds in, which works pretty good. So
I kind of agree with you. And BB3D, just lean over and fall into the gravel to stop. That'll take your mind off your knee.
oh my gosh, you guys are evil. Hashtag so evil.
You're gonna put a magnesium bar on the back of it so when you can do sparks as you're going down the hills.
Oh my gosh, that'd be hilarious. Put a titanium bar so you can pop wheelies and do sparks.
Sparks going all the way down the hill.
Oh my gosh, don't give me ideas.
How much power is it going to have for going up a hill?
Probably enough to get my 135-pound self up there.
You think it would?
Looking, I know this sounds really stupid, but I'm actually seeing if it's possible to use like a cordless drill motor setup to power a electric skateboard, and it looks like it is possible.
Really?
Yeah, because the thing is, I'm going to initially for the idea, I want to try and do it as cheaply as possible just to double check the idea is even going to work before I potentially go investing a couple $100s of my own money into it. I want to make sure that, oh yeah, I like this. So I'm trying to see if I can use like a cordless drill motor setup, and then I can always upgrade it later, but we'll see. But I mean, if the price turns out to be about the same, then I'll just say the heck with it and I'll, just go the straight brushless route. We'll see.
What is the one? I know there's the boosted board, but there's one that Preston uses, and I forget which one it is. But they've been riding those around quite a bit, and they seem to be doing pretty good. But I don't know what the price is on them. I want to say they're around $500, aren't they?
Yeah, I mean, it depends. We'll see. I mean, I'll put it this way: if I can get one for a very good price that has good ratings, I'll do that, and then maybe cut my own custom deck for it. But we'll see.
Or you could always get a little scooter.
Oh gosh, a little Vespa.
They got those little electric ones now too.
Oh yeah, the scoot ones. Sorry, you keep like cutting in and out and going all robot voice on me.
You are too. Is it me or is it you?
I think it's both of us.
Let's see. What have I got running in the background? There's
I know
better.
something we can talk about.
What's that?
I was going to say, here's something we can talk about. Simplify 3D's latest update.
Oh, God. I hear that's a treasure. One that everybody wishes was buried.
That was seriously pathetic. And that's coming from me who's kind of neutral on Simplify 3D because I got my money out of it a long time ago. But that update they put out was just pure and utter trash. I'm sorry. You don't know how many times I thought the A10M was at fault until I put some prints on the Ultimaker 2, and they just looked like garbage when I pulled them off. And I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. Really?
And that's why I refuse to spend $150 for a slice.
Okay, well, I'll be honest though. I've tried looking into using Cura, but the problem is the way it's set up for the Ultimaker. I'm stuck using either a 0.25, a 0.4, a 0.6, or a 0.8 nozzle. Well, I'm running a 0.3, and I was not able to make a custom profile specifically for my 0.3 nozzle, so I had to go back to the older update of Simplify 3D, which actually works.
Wow. Cura won't let you use a 0.3?
Yeah.
Really?
It wasn't letting me, so I was just like, you know what? I'm not going to... I might be able to find a way to do it, but I wasn't going to waste all my time doing it. So I'm like, you know what? I'm just going back to what I know works. We're calling it done. I've wasted enough time already. So
I didn't realize Cura didn't let you
bit...
use the 3.3 nozzle.
It was weird. It was annoying. But then again, it sounds like Simplify 3D is going to do a Microsoft, and they're going to come out with a patch to fix their crappy update. But the other thing is, though, because I was doing a lot of dual extrusion prints or alternating between nozzles on the A10M, that's what I had to do. But oh well, it wasn't the end of the world. I just wasn't very happy. Yeah, Teresa, it's because Prusa made it, so it's not that great.
I was just checking Cura, and it lets me put in a 0.3 nozzle.
Are you using their Ultimaker profile, though?
No, because I don't have an Ultimaker.
Well, I do, so that's why it was giving me fits.
Maybe
so I just went back to the
profile that's just a generic.
Yeah, but here's the thing. The point I'm trying to make here is, though, I'm using the Ultimaker the Cura supplied profile for my printer, and if it's not letting me do it in the supplied profile, we have a problem. I can make my own if I want to, but I'm just saying that it's irritating when the supplied profile won't let you do it. That's all.
Ah.
Yeah, I'm being a little bit cranky, but with good reason. It's not that I can't do it.
Grr.
It's just, why is it that I can't do it in the software that's supposedly made for the Ultimaker originally? Just saying.
Grr. Calvin's claws are coming out.
No, Calvin's just really tired and in a lot of pain right now, so this is the reason why Calvin's really cranky.
You ever take any pain pills?
I was on the Celebrex stuff, and that wasn't doing a thing. So I pretty much just stopped taking it because whatever I was on didn't do anything for the pain, or it made me pretty sick. So it was pretty much just like not much I can do at that point.
You ever try that Aleve or anything like that?
Yeah, it just makes me sick to my stomach, which makes me feel worse.
Man.
Yeah, no, trust me. If there's something I could take, I would take it, but I don't really have much choice. Is the other reason why my doctor decided to try the cortisone shot is because all the pain medications I was on either weren't doing anything or they're giving me a lot of side effects. So it was like, what's the point? You know, that's another reason why, which is frustrating.
Yeah.
So believe me, it's not as easy as it seems, but there's only so much you can do.
Yeah.
So, oh well.
You all right, dude?
Yeah. I'm crashing fast.
Okay.
Sorry about that. I've just been, ever since I got back from Thanksgiving, it's just been one giant. Yeah. So yeah.
When you coming down this weekend?
Not this weekend. I might come down next weekend.
Okay.
All depends upon how busy I am, because my friend Scott and I are like really close to coming out with a custom train project, which is actually going back tomorrow, so we can hopefully get the first batch of parts into production. So I might actually be busy for the next weekends, but we'll see if we can get things kind of up and rolling, because he knows how to run the Moai. It's just I need to make sure that everything's calibrated correctly and running right, and then we're good. We're good to go. So we'll see.
Rico's taking off. Take care, Rico. Thanks for joining.
Have a good one.
Well, you want to go ahead and call the stream and so you can get some rest?
Yeah, I think that sounds like a good plan.
Okay. Well, guys, thank you very much for joining us. Sure appreciate it. And we will catch you next week, hopefully over on Calvin's channel.
Something like that. See you guys later.
Otherwise, I'll have to bring my little puppy dog over here and stream with her.
At this rate, you might stand a better chance.
Guys, have a good night.